What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and a little bit more Blood and Plunder. It's been a while, but we have some more here as we finish up our Spanish coverage. So today's video is just going to be a quick overview of the generic commanders and how you kind of make your choices for that in Blood and Plunder. So every commander basically has 3 levels that you can purchase them at, kind of like a lot of your troops, right? So you have like untested, experienced, and seasoned with basically points differentials between them, abilities, and gears more or less the same across them, but you get other special rules as you go up in points. Now, as is kind of expected here, right, if you go with untested, the lowest level, they don't cost you any points actually to have that commander. Pretty cool. So certainly if you're trying to just squeeze in every last body and outnumber the opponent, good way to go. But again, you're going to be lacking in some of the things like command range, command points, and even special rules. Now they do still come with a couple, which is pretty cool here for the Spanish. But again, something to consider as you move up, right? You get more and more of everything as you go up through the experience levels. So broadly, real quick here, so there's also different armies that each commander, or forces that each commander can lead, and we've already covered those in our series of videos, right? So you have, just a quick overview, you have the Armada commander, the Terracio commander, Corsair's commander, the Spanish Militia commander, and then also Guarda Costa commander. And then some of the special named characters, the historical characters, will also have their own custom forces, which we've seen, and we'll cover those in separate detail. So, and a lot of the other named characters, not the sort of the big ones that have their own models, but some of the just named characters, yet still somewhat lower level in points, they can lead multiple different forces here, as you can see on some of the bigger name special commanders too. So they can lead their own force, or, you know, like usually 1 or 2 of these types of forces here. But starting off real quick with the Armada commander, obviously, again, reference that list. It's too long to cover go back and cover each list in in this video for each of these types of commanders. But again, we go from untested to seasoned, 0, 15, and 25 points respectively. And that's basically the points breakdown for all the different lists here. So again, factor that into the size of the game you're playing and what level of commander you want to field there, but also really what you need your commander to accomplish based on that list, right? So this guy, these can lead the Armada de Barlovento force. Main weapon, basically a brace of pistols and standard melee weapon. That's the same across there, so no worries there regardless of level. But as we can see, right, command range goes from 4 to 8 to 12. So, and that's not always necessarily the most important thing, just again, depending on what you need to accomplish and how your list is built. But certainly, 4 inches is really not that much on the tabletop, right, if you're going untested. So keep that in mind wherever your commander might be. You really won't have much of an impact all over the board. You're going to be more limited to the sort of local effect on that. And 12 inches isn't that great a range either, but certainly, that covers a decent sized bubble that commander can be effective in. Now, as far as experienced versus seasoned, same command points, right? So they each get 2, but the experienced guy is sitting at 8 inch on the command range there, but the untested guy still gets that 1 command point. And as we can see, the special rules that they come equipped with also get progressively more, basically, right? So the untested guy will get Ruthless and Broadside. Makes sense that, the Armada guys would have the Broadside rule. But when you bump up to Experienced, you also gain Inspiring, so pretty solid there. And then finally, the seasoned one will also get the Commodore special rule. So again, a little bit too long to cover all of those in detail here, but just factor that in as you're building your list here. And once you're playing your given faction, you're going to be pretty familiar with the main special rules that they tend to deal with. Now, Tercios are one of the popular lists here for the Spanish, and again, we go 0, 15, and 25. And naturally, they may lead a Tercios force. So unsurprisingly, they're right. Weapon options, right? We get pistol or matchlock musket and a standard melee, so you have some flexibility there, but pistol or the rifle, essentially. Command range, again, here's a little bit different from above too, so it's not just a boilerplate template across all of these lists. And sorry for the little bit of the glare there, guys, but hopefully you can see that, right? So the untested guy actually here will start at 8 for the Terracios. Experience goes all the way to 12, which was the max on the Armada. And then the seasoned commander, actually, for the Terracios, and one of the reasons this is a cool list to run, right, is that he actually has a 16-inch command range. So that's a pretty significant bubble on the tabletop there. And command point spread is the same for both of them, though. But then the special rules are also a little bit different, right? So we go Ruthless, Ruthless and Inspiring, Ruthless, Inspiring, High Standing, and Swordsman. So you actually gain 2 more things for the season one here. Again, another reason why the Terracio list is so good. And you can actually also mount them on a horse if you want to go that route, right, for an extra point. So again, very popular here. Now coming back to the naval side a little bit with the Corsairs. So untested again, point spread is the same as always. Here's just pistol and melee weapon. Back to the more familiar command range spread of the Armada list, and same thing with command points. And here, again, just pretty basic build-up. We go Ruthless, then Lead by Example, Commodore, and Ruthless, so that's a pretty good bump there for experience, getting 2 more abilities. But then here we add Ruthless, Broadside, Lead by Example, and Commodore as well. So again, the seasoned guys always definitely get all the best perks, of course. So it's just, can you squeeze that 25 points in and have it make sense? Now, coming back to the infantry side, and I kind of wish that they would have maybe organized sort of the fleet guys all on one page, and then the more like land-based list on the other page would have been a little bit more effective, I think. But anyway, coming back to the Militia, again, another popular list. The Spanish can definitely do well on this one. Is the longer command range again, so similar to the Tercio, so 8, 12, 16. Command points again is the same, and here you have, again, the pistol or rifle choice with the standard melee weapon, and similar to some of the previous ones here, right, we go Ruthless, Ruthless and Inspiring, and then Ruthless, Inspiring, High Standing though, and Well Equipped. So we saw High Standing with the Tercios, but Well Equipped, which is, you know, a rarity for a lot of the Spanish forces. So that's definitely something to look out for. And again, we can mount the commander if we want to. And then finally, we finish up with the Guarda Costa. So again, point spread, the same weapons. Here you have pistol and melee weapon, and kind of coming back to the naval, the previous 2 naval focus lists as far as command ranges and points, right? 4, 8, 12. And as we can kind of see, right, Ruthless yet again. So you can tell that's definitely a focus here of the Spanish forces. Ruthless, Broadside, and Inspiring. Again, we've seen that similar here in the Armada list. And then finally, to wrap up, Ruthless, Broadside, Inspiring, and Commodore. So there you have it, guys. Again, that's just a quick rundown of the Spanish generic commanders here for Blood and Plunder. Again, you have different choices, right? So your commander is going to be kind of tied to the force that you're running in the game. And that's just another one of the cool things here. Even though you're maybe collecting Spanish as a faction, you have multiple different army lists that you can try out, and there's variations within those as well. And then, you know, your different levels of commanders will also provide you with different, obviously, a points cost and sort of affect how effective they're going to be in the game. But, you know, some of the access to special rules will also influence how that list plays. So there's lots of variations, lots of permutations, which is really cool, and just one of the great things with Blood and Plunder. So let us know, guys, what your favorite commanders and levels are here in Blood and Plunder for the Spanish. Again, we're going to cover the named characters in separate series here, and also the characters of legend, right, the big boys for the Spanish, and taking a look at their custom forces and things as well. So hit us up in the comments, guys. Like and subscribe. We'll have more Blood and Plunder for you soon. Take care.